First at 5. From the University of Florida's College of Journalism and Communications, you're watching WUFT News.
Welcome to WUFT News First at 5. I'm Richard Mason.
And I'm Maria Absakos. Thanks for joining us. Two major court cases are affecting the Gainesville community. We have team coverage tonight on both the Joshua Figueroa and Anthony Richardson cases.
WUFT's Brenna DeLong went to the courthouse today, and she joins us now with more regarding the Figueroa case. Brenna.
Ariana, Richard, I anticipated arriving at the courthouse and being able to get some reactions from people about the decision, but that didn't happen. The ongoing trial of 32-year-old Joshua Figueroa continues. As many of you know, UF student Maggie Paxton was killed in a hit-and-run crash along University Avenue in 2020. The driver, Joshua Figueroa, was supposed to appear for his sentencing this morning, but like I mentioned, that didn't happen. Here's what we know. Figueroa's attorney says he's been hospitalized for reasons that aren't known. The sentencing is postponed until Friday at 8:30 a.m. The judge says he's hoping to know the details about Figueroa's hospitalization before that time. Here are the key facts regarding this case. Maggie Paxton was killed in a hit-and-run crash in December 2020. The driver, Joshua Figueroa, was scheduled for sentencing today at 9 a.m. Figueroa was hospitalized, so the sentencing was postponed for 8:30 a.m. Friday. The judge requested details related to his hospitalization. We will continue to keep you updated on this story as more information unfolds. For a complete overview of the facts surrounding the case, please visit WUFT.org. That's all I have for now. Back to the desk.
Okay, Brenna, we will continue to look for those updates. In the 18 months since Maggie's death, several changes have been put in place to make the streets around the University of Florida campus more safe.
WUFT's Violet Comberweilen joins us live tonight from the intersection where Maggie died to give us an update on those measures.
Following Maggie's death and several other accidents here on West University Avenue, community outrage has prompted a push for changes along this highly traveled road.
This is Maggie Paxton's mother, and I just wanted to call in tonight so you all could hear the pain and the rawness we still feel.
A month after Maggie's death, her mother Lisa called into a Gainesville City Commission meeting, begging for changes.
If I need to take a field trip to Tallahassee, I'm sure I have an army of people behind me to get whatever is necessary passed to make these students safe on University Avenue and the surrounding area so that no other family has to suffer the way that we are.
But it wasn't just Maggie. A string of other accidents leading to deaths and injury of other UF students forced state and city leaders to take action.
So I think the issue has finally hit a tipping point where now we have a partnership with the university. We have leaders at the university and leaders in the student body who are no longer going to accept the status quo for this issue.
Since then, leaders have raised public awareness, lowered speed limits, and built speed bumps.
They were built temporarily as a speed study to see how fast cars really were going. They did find that cars were going much faster than they should, so they did lower the speed limit because of that study.
Areola says in the future, permanent raised crosswalks and medians where pedestrians can safely stand are essential. In an email, Florida Department of Transportation officials confirmed that they, along with other community partners, have worked to complete these studies and push for future changes to improve safety. For the University of Florida, finding solutions is the ultimate goal.
Our heart breaks anytime we lose a young and vibrant member of our student community. It inspires us to continue these conversations and with the goal of improving safety for all.
Roldan adds, safety is everyone's responsibility.
We encourage drivers to be aware of students that may be crossing on a bike or on a scooter or walking. And we also encourage students to be aware of their surroundings and to safely enter crosswalks.
This stretch of University Avenue is not the only one that Areola would like to see changes on. Changes in the second phase of safety provisions would extend to 34th Street on this side and Waldo Road in this direction. This is Violet Comberweilen. Now back to you.
Thank you, Violet. To follow up with the Figueroa case, log on WUFT.org for more.
Now let's take a look at the weather. WFT's Julia Haley joins us now with the weather forecast. Julia.
Started off our Wednesday with those afternoon thunderstorms and showers, but as of right now, looks like we are clearing up. A little bit of rain left on our camera currently, but outside of our studio, currently 83 degrees. Feels like 85 degrees. That sunshine peeking through for your evening, and those temperatures currently sitting in the 80s all around north central Florida. 87 Ocala, 87 Palatka, 80 Gainesville, 88 Stark, 91 Lake City, and 85 for High Springs. And this evening, expect that chance for showers to still be present, but overall dropping about 10 degrees by the morning, and looks like that rain should dissipate throughout the evening and into the morning as well. So you should wake up with some cloudy but sunny skies. Back to you.
Gas prices are continuing to rise. There's been a 25-cent per gallon increase since last week. Currently, the average in Florida is around $4.77. Nationwide, the average stands at about $5. Florida's average is cheaper than most states. Some of highest gas prices across the country can be found in California, where the average is about $6.39. With the increase of gas prices, I'm definitely going to carpool more.
Same here. Coming up after the break, we'll talk more about the second case that is affecting the Gainesville community. Stay with us.
You're watching WUFT TV News.
Welcome back to WUFT News First at 5.
The Florida Gators starting quarterback Anthony Richardson appeared at a hearing on Zoom this afternoon. In April, Richardson was cited for driving 105 miles per hour in a 60-mile-per-hour zone. Richardson spoke in a court explaining his side of the story. Richardson will have 60 days to pay a $349 fine. He will also need to give a written or verbal testimony to the court describing his experience in traffic school.
I just remember just driving home that night. I was just heading home, and I was putting in my maps, and I didn't realize I was going that fast until I looked up and seen the blue lights, and that's pretty much all I remember.
The quarterback was also cited for driving 90 miles per hour in a 70 miles per hour zone in Georgia in February.
3 police officers in the Florida Panhandle have been arrested and charged with manslaughter for the October 2021 tasing death of Calvin Wilkes Jr. Officers were called to his home to do a welfare check on the 40-year-old black man and ended up tasing him. Wilkes was pronounced dead at the hospital. As John Rupolo reports, the Wilkes family and their attorneys called the officers' indictment a step towards justice.
Calvin Wilkes' mother beyond grief Tuesday afternoon, but thankful those 3 officers will be held accountable for her son's death.
They killed my baby, and I want them punished, not them to slap on the back and they walk away.
Lawyers for the family say they have been waiting for this day since Wilkes died in what started as a welfare check in October of 2021.
Our one word would be justice. Justice.
One of the Wilkes family's attorneys said his family never believed the police version of what happened.
We never believed that he died the way they were trying to say he died.
Those 3 officers have been suspended. Wilkes' lawyers are calling for them to be terminated.
But in the interim, we ask that they be terminated from their employment. They do not need to be on the street.
The Okaloosa County NAACP also spoke at the press conference.
We are pleased that the critical first step in holding the officers accountable have been accomplished.
But we're also looking for a conviction, because the time to stop killing us is now.
Attorneys for the Wilkes family say they are preparing legal action.
The House Oversight Committee is holding a hearing today to examine the gun violence epidemic. Survivors and family members of victims from recent mass shootings were the first witnesses to testify. Among the speakers was survivor Mia Cerrillo, a 4th grader at Robb Elementary School. Testifying in a recorded video, the 11-year-old recounted smearing a dead classmate's blood on herself and pretending to be dead. Yesterday, actor Matthew McConaughey delivered an emotional speech at the White House advocating for gun control.
Maite wore green high-top Converse with a heart she had hand-drawn on the right toe because they represented her love of nature. Camilla's got these shoes. Can you show these shoes, please? Wore these every day. Green Converse with a heart on the right toe. These are the same green Converse on her feet that turned out to be the only clear evidence that could identify her after the shooting. How about that?
On to other news, Apple announced new features coming soon to their devices. WUFT's Jacob Sedesi has more with Tech Tomorrow.
Welcome to a special episode of WUFT's Tech Tomorrow. I'm your host, Jacob Sedesi. All eyes are on Apple after the company announced the latest software updates at its WWDC press conference. Apple included the University of Florida in a list of partners for changes in the Apple Wallet app. UF Business Affairs has exclusively confirmed to me they are moving forward with plans to bring the Gator One card to the Apple Wallet. This story is developing, and as more details become available, I will have the latest. Many iPhone users have been waiting on this next announcement for a long time. Have you ever sent an embarrassing text message you wish you could take back? Wish granted. On iPhone, iPad, and Mac, you'll be able to unsend or edit messages up to 15 minutes after you send them in the new updates. The company warned this only works for devices running iOS 16. Attempting to edit or unsend a message to an Android or an iPhone with an earlier version will not work. That's it for my WWDC recap, but tune in next week for my special coverage of Microsoft's Xbox Bethesda Games Showcase. For WUFT's Tech Tomorrow, I'm Jacob Sedesi. See you next time.
You know, it's rained a lot today. I wonder if it will be like this for the rest of the week.
Yeah, I really hope not. Julia, how's it gonna be?
Yeah, take a look at the storm tracker, currently tracking those storms throughout this afternoon, expecting some rain and some thunderstorms throughout the rest of this week. But how heavy will this rain be? I'm Julia Haley with your full forecast in a few minutes.
You're watching WUFT TV News.
Currently tracking those storms all across north central Florida. As you can see, Sanford and the Villages seeing a lot of activity in their area. Of course, seeing some rain here in Gainesville as well, but it's clearing up. Amazing for us. So 82 degrees in Gainesville, 87 Ocala, 88 Crystal River, and 91 Lake City, but of course feels just a little bit warmer today. Feels a little bit muggier too. 87 for Gainesville, 92 Stark, and even feeling like 100 degrees for Jacksonville. A very warm day outside. And outside of our studio, seeing those clouds start to clear up, that sun peeking through outside of our studio, 90 degrees, but feels a little bit warmer, 94 degrees outside. And for your hour by hour, starting this evening off with a small chance for rain in your area. And overall, those clouds are looking to stay throughout the evening and into the morning. Temperature dropping about 15 degrees by the time you wake up. And for this week, expect those evening showers to continue. So looking at our future track Wednesday night, if you are in the Villages or Sanford, you may be seeing some heavier rain. And also for Thursday, seeing another round of rain just north of I-10, Jacksonville, Lake City, and also for Tallahassee. Another round of rain as this cold front makes its way toward our area. Lake City seeing a good majority of those showers. Gainesville seeing some as well, and another round on Saturday. And for the rest of your week, cooling down just a few degrees though. So something to look out for as Thursday, those temperatures are going to drop just a little bit. 93 Gainesville, 92 Ocala, 95 Palatka, 94 for Stark. And for Friday, expect those temperatures to drop just a little bit more. Those highs staying in the low 90s, 91 Gainesville, 92 High Springs, 92 Lake City, and 93 for Jacksonville. And so what can you expect this week here in Gainesville? Those those showers and thunderstorms, mostly in the afternoon and evening, those highs in the 90s, and those overall muggy conditions. And speaking of muggy conditions, let's take a look at that muggy meter. Friday, seeing those humid, almost sweltering conditions, so it's going to feel a little more hot outside. And for the rest of the week, seeing those showers persist throughout every afternoon and evening, those highs in the 90s and those lows sitting in the low 70s. Back to you.
Toll Golden has added a new member to the Gator men's basketball staff.
The newest addition is a familiar face to many longtime Gator fans. He will look to bring his back-to-back national championship experience to the new staff. Don't go away. Sports is next.
You're watching WUFT TV News.
Gator men's basketball adds a new member to the Golden staff. Welcome to sports. I'm Harrison Smadjevitz. Former Gator and back-to-back national championship Torian Green joins Gator coach Todd Golden's staff as the director of player development. Along with the national titles, Green was a 2006 SEC tournament MVP and played in the NBA and pro leagues in France, Italy, Israel, Greece, Spain, Turkey, and Poland. Green also spent time with the Chicago Bulls as a member of Billy Donovan's staff. Green says one of his goals is to show his players what matters.
That's part of, my job, player development, it's trying to teach these kids, what's important, like just how to move the right way, how to take care of themselves, just teaching them. These kids need to be taught. They're still kids, at the end of the day.
This upcoming season will be Golden's first season with Florida. Gator baseball parts ways with a longtime assistant coach. Craig Bell has been with the Gators since head coach Kevin O'Sullivan became the head coach in 2008. Bell served as the third base coach for most of his tenure and also took part in recruiting. During Bell's time at Florida, the Gators won 5 SEC titles, made the College World Series 7 times, and won the national championship in 2017. Gator track and field is in the NCAA Outdoor Championship in Eugene, Oregon. The men's team seeks its 5th outdoor title in team history, while the women's team seeks its first ever outdoor championship. The Gator women's team also has a chance to make history if they can sweep both titles for the first time, having won the indoor championship earlier this year. The Gator men's team accomplished this feat just one time back in 2012. The men's team is ranked 6th in the country, trailing rivals Georgia, LSU, and Florida State. The women's team, on the other hand, is 2nd in the nation, trailing only Texas. The event will run through Saturday.
Tonka the movie star chimp is alive and well. He is known for his appearances in George of the Jungle and Buddy. He was previously thought to be dead. However, Tonka was recently discovered caged in a basement of a Missouri home. Last year, a federal judge ordered that Tonka and 6 other chimpanzees be transferred to an accredited sanctuary. However, Tonka's owner told the judge that Tonka had died. But officials say they never gave up on the search for Tonka. He is now free from cages.
Before we go, one last check on the weather.
Starting off our Wednesday evening with that chance for stray showers and thunderstorms, but cooling down with those lows in the low 70s for the morning. Now on to our 6-day outlook. Showers lined up for the rest of this week and into the weekend. You should expect those showers in the afternoon and the evening. Lows in the low 70s, highs in the low 90s. Back to you.
Thanks, Julia. BBC World News is next, and the PBS News Hours is coming up at 7.
But your Florida news is always on at WUFT.org. Have a good night.